Okay, now it's working. Hi, everyone. I'm sorry I do not sound very enthused today. My throat is exploded. I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, not free deck review today. Just no, it's just for today, yours best. Today, I have disabled the Twitch TV free deck review option just for today. Maybe for Tuesday. It depends if my throat gets better. I want to try to keep this stream to the point. I'm locking in. I'm going to get these done today, but I don't want to have to do more because my throat fucking sucks right now. But you can still earn channel points. It'll come back eventually, so do stick around. It's just, there's going to be no redemption for today. Yeah, so the left, it's a really weird sore throat. I've never had anything like this. I think I might have like a swollen lymph node or something on my left side because it feels a little tougher there. And there's like pain when I press on it or like move my neck a certain way. There's a pain there, but it's not like a sore throat like when you're sick. Like I feel perfectly fine when I'm not talking or when I'm like 80% of the ways that I orient my neck in a given day. Fine, completely fine. The moment I look down or bend over, I feel this like a lump in my neck on the left side. It's really fucking weird. I've only had it for like 24 hours. So I'm just hoping that goes away. I don't have to worry about it. Okay, I do need to get my guy up. Ta-da, okay. So I'm going to hit Twitch with the manual ad break. And we'll play the Spellify while that happens. And then we'll get into the deck reviews. For each artifact... No, it's not clans. For each artifact... No. Because this wouldn't be and. artifact. Your opponent's control. Okay, no. For each artifact your opponent's control, create a 3/3 something or other. Or 3/3 green. Thanks, Dusk Hatred, for subbing. Centaur. Then I thought this was like Clan's Rampage or something, but I guess I'm just misremembering the name. For each artifact your opponent's control. Whoa, thanks for starting a scam train, M General 2. For each artifact your opponent's control, create a 3/3 GRE. I forgot the name of this card. Like, this isn't Rampage of the Clans, it's apostrophe S. Yeah, or I was thinking like maybe it's like tonsillitis on one side. Oh, I'm still in the starting soon screen. So for each artifact your opponents control, create a 3/3 green. Then if this I'm freezing on. If I wasn't hungover, I think I would have gotten this already. But currently I am fucking on the struggle bus with this one. I think this is making 3 3s. Elephants used to be 3 3s. Elephants are still 3 3s. And these are centaurs, right? Isn't this a Theros card? I don't know. Ad break's done. Let's get to the deck reviews. This one has me stumped today. All right, first up, Derek. Ooh. I do love some white-blue artifacts with Urza. All right, let's read the blurb. I originally bought a 60 card version. I originally bought a 60 card version of this deck for Pioneer. Since then, a ton of cards have come out that I wanted to include in the list, so too many cards to fit in a 60 card deck. So I decided to turn into an EDH deck instead. The original 60 card deck revolved around All That Glitters or Michiko's Reign of Truth, buffing up either a Gingerbrute or a Darksteel Citadel via Soul Artifact and swinging big. So that's pretty much the same game plan with this EDH version of my deck. My main concern is the ratio of card categories in the deck: draw, protection, removal, pump. I'm just looking to get an outside opinion on the structure of the deck and do any high-level thoughts on how to improve it. Well, it's very polite of you to assume that I have high-level thoughts. But let's get around to it. So I don't know. I feel like this deck does want an Inkmoth Nexus. I think that's a very fun thing for Hammer strategies to have, in my opinion. So that would kind of be my first grab for this deck, would be an Inkmoth. And with this, of course, you get to run good old Teleria West over an island. So you can turn Teleria West into a Inkmoth Nexus, which is really cool. Like, it's basically everything that Mirrex is trying to be for you, and just like, but infinitely better. Ezekiel, thanks for the sub. So I think an Inkmoth will be pretty cool here. Besides this, Glass Casket isn't bad. Duskrow's Reliquary feels a little worse than Portable Hull, but I like this better in sack decks. Like, I like the Perilous Snare and all this other stuff, but I don't know how I feel about those other two pieces of artifact removal. I think a Portable Hull is better than the Duskrow's Reliquary. Just because you don't want to be sacking your artifacts. Like, right? You want a high artifact on board count, period. All right, Glass Casket's probably fine. With only, like... Okay, there are 42 artifacts, so maybe Sten is worth it. I could see how Securitron Squadron gets silly with all the cost reducers in the deck, but I don't see you making a lot of tokens here. Ooh, shambling suit. Do we want shambling suit, or do we just want an equipment that gives this to a thing? Like, I think the answer is always just like, let's get an equipment that does what shambling suit's doing. And you're really spoiled for choice when it comes to that. Is Taval Arbiter of Virtue, Jarrett Boss, the one that lets you pay life, or the one that makes you pay life, or like the spoon-fed one? Okay, so we already have Padim in here. And I don't like Tempered Steel either. Like, I don't feel like we're going a little wide with efficient construction and Psy, but I don't think we need to ramp it up when we have Michiko's Reign of Truth and all that glitters. Like, the point of this deck is that we are pumping one giant thing to kill you. Pay life to get Delve. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know. The card's pretty cool. I feel like it's a little one note. I don't like Essence Scatter. Okay. I think, I don't know. The fact that Gingerbrute is an artifact is actually kind of interesting to me. Let's add the Forensic Gadgeteer. It's very good. It's just as good as Psy. It spams tokens into play. Incredibly broken. Next. We can probably run the job select mechanic or equipment. The 5-mana one. Yeah, Mechanist Arsenal. +2/+2 for each artifact you control. It is an artificer in addition to its other types. How much does that cost to equip is my main question. 4. That's not the worst. But with 5 artifacts, you can basically pay 6 mana and kill someone with Inkmoth. I don't think I like Encroaching Mycosynth. Let's add Counter Spell. Dovin's Veto. I like these better than Essence Scatter. And by the way, you know what else I like better than Essence Scatter is Long River's Bowl. Let's try this out. Okay, our mana base looks a little shit here. This is probably just like a bad draw though, right? No, that's just a lot of basics. Good old Ash Barrens. Cycling Land. Prairie Stream's already in. The Reveal Land already in. Okay. That a car waste already in? No. Okay. What about Sphinx Ambassador? Can you explain why it's good in the deck? Like I don't think Sphinx Ambassador is better than like any other card that the deck's running. I love Cormella. It's actually probably wise to hold Genderbrood in hand here, because you draw a card off Lasheel and you also make a Thopter off Psy and etc. Maybe actually play the Inkmoth Nexus this turn. Pay 1, attack, draw a card. Next turn. How do we get reviewed? Check the description of the YouTube stream. That is how you figure it out. Get another Thopter. Lasheel. 1, 2, 3. Not Patreon. Nope, it's in Coffee. It's in the description of the YouTube video. Yeah, sure thing. Kaiju. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. The Thought Monitor costs 2 and draws 4 cards. Mace of the Valiant. I just don't think this card's that good. That's a bummer. Because like if we drew a Nettlecyst there, like we could try and kill someone, or if we drew all that glitters. So tell you what, I'm probably gonna take out the negate and put it in a muddle, because muddle can get all that glitters. Is the YouTube stream only in vertical? I hope not. No, there's a horizontal and a vertical one. Go watch the horizontal one. There's 2 of them. Each artifact you control. Yeah, this is absurd. All right, I think this is ready. That one's good to go. All right, next up is Dalon. Hero Dalon. It does not appear to be. What about Nick? Do we have Nick? Make yourself be known. Okay, great. We have Necro Bloom. Always love looking at lands decks. Why did you skip me? I didn't skip you. Did I skip you? Oh, you're Dalon. Okay, you should have said something in chat. Not Dalon. I get it. Like I thought you were just making a pun on the name. I thought you were just like, oh, Dalon's a funny name. I'm gonna make something funny happen. So Nick, we'll get to you after this one because Dalon is here. All right. This is my first deck ever. Not Dalon, lol. Okay, then what do you mean? Why did I skip you? Huh? I'm confused. It's Dalon. Oh, okay. You were correcting my pronunciation. I see. I was very confused by your message. And then you said not Dalon. I was like, oh, okay. Well, are you saying you're them then? That doesn't make sense. You're confusing me. No, we're good now. Okay, Dalon. This is my first deck ever. I started playing last summer. This is the 4th iteration. The previous one was a token version with a bunch of doublers. Now I'm looking for a control-y, life gain, blink toolbox. I want a bunch of options in every game. Ooh. Now I'm looking for a control-y, life gain toolbox. I want a bunch of options, and every game is like a challenge or puzzle I have to solve to win. And I want to be the enemy every game, 1v3. I'm for suggestions. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I want some insight. Okay, I can help you so much with this. Okay. I'm happy to see to see Bruna, Safara, everything. So here's my first thought. You're playing in bracket 4. Let's take this a little seriously. You can't be running Paradise Bloom. The One Ring is this mana value. I also just do not like rocks and white anymore. It's almost always better, in my opinion, to run catch-up ramp pieces. Okay. Holy shit. You just can't. Like this deck's main issue right now for me is just card quality. It's just like there's nothing here that has me going like, oh, this belongs in bracket 4, besides the fact that you've just jammed it full of game changers, which is fine. You'll win a couple games, especially with the Armageddon. But my thought is here, let's get a Bolas' Citadel. And more importantly, arguably, Insidious Dreams. So this is something I was considering for an Angels deck in white-black before. With Insidious Dreams, you can go 3 and a black, discard a bunch of fucking Angels. Great. You can now reanimate those in the future. And then from Insidious Dreamsing, after that, You can then Bolus the Citadel, because Insidious Dreams doesn't put it into your hand. This isn't a demonic tutor for X. It's a vampiric tutor for X. It puts them on top of your library. So you go Insidious Dreams, discard 4 angels to reanimate later. And then you put bunch of fucking big monsters on top of your library and Bolus the Citadel. And then you go Bolus the Citadel, play Sarah's Emissary, name creatures, whatever. Play Bruno, reanimate one of the angels you discarded. Play, or if one of them was Gisela, great. And then, like, you play, like, another fucking lock piece, right? Or you play Villas and you draw 1 million. So, B Citadel's incredible. I don't like Obtruse Appropriation. It's just very expensive, and it doesn't have the upside of being a land like a Felder Profane or 0 mana like Deadly Relic. Kai's Gale's pretty good. Thief of Blood was for removing finality counters. Okay. I didn't ask, but it's good to know. In all seriousness, though, that's not a bracket 4 play. Going Thief of Blood, remove all my finality counters. It's like you are already winning that game of Magic in bracket 4 if you already have the Sephara out and the indestructible Gisela and you've exiled their manas and you've also fucking Armageddon. Like, you don't need to go have this dead card in your deck. 80% of the time it's a dead card. Right? Like, it's just not bracket 4 material. And that's something I always want to, like, get through to people who are playing in bracket 4 is just like, if we're doing this, then we should be going all the way. Also get rid of Phyrexian Arena. I hate that card. Monologue Tax also sucks. Like, how often does this trigger? For me, it's never. Like, I don't know. It's probably better in bracket 4, but in fact, I'll probably just put Smuggler's Share back in. That card does get better the higher you get up. It's so I can sack all my ETBs again and resummon for 3 mana. It's okay. Yes, great. I'm saying just like, is this like an important combo line that you really want? Or is it just like Magical Christmas Land? I'm saying it's Magical Christmas Land, where if you just make that first board, you don't have to resack it. You're fine. Right? If you really want something like this, you can run like a Nesting Grounds and move the finality counters off of your creatures onto opposing creatures. You probably need more lands anyway, but maybe the Armageddon puts you slightly off that. Like, I get the synergy that you were talking about. I'm saying it's too weak. I understand the synergy. I'm saying you just shouldn't be doing this. It's just too weak. I mean, if it's a pet card for you, I won't cut it. Like, if you're just like, listen, I want to keep it, then great, you can keep it. I'm just saying it's probably ill-advised. It's probably just ill-advised. I really just don't like it in the deck. Whereas, like, everything else here is just like stacksy, 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 and then all of a sudden you have a combo piece. You know, like, pick your lane is what I'm saying. Yeah, I understand completely why you have it in the deck. I'm saying that it's just not good. So, all right, let's move on from this. I'm going to add the iconic Sand Scout stuff. Arid Archway. Lazatepcore I'm a big fan of for this deck. You already run Scavenger Grounds, Shefet Dunes. You probably don't need to run If Near Deadlands, honestly. I'll put it anyway, why not? All right, Sand Scout. This is a catch-up ramp piece, and each time you flicker it, you get... you can at least flicker it twice for free. And that's because of Arid Archway being a bounce land that you can tutor off of it. So you go turn 3 Sand Scout, and then... You can eerie interlude it, and when you eerie interlude it, you didn't go up a land even though you went up a mana. I think a Weathered Wayfarer is also like just in the cards for you. I don't know how counterspell heavy your meta is, but I'm going to say that it's probably ill-advised not to have at least one Grand Abolisher effect. So I don't know if it's like you need exactly Grand Abolisher. Like, I think maybe what would probably be better is something like a Voice of Victory. And like maybe Archon of Cruelty goes for that. It might just be Crypt Gas. Like, that's unchecked levels of greed. You need Urborg and Crypt Gas, and then you're online. Okay, let's play test this out. Think. View library, get. Sell me on Liesa. I don't know. All it takes is one Storm player regularly showing up in your meta. Godless Shrine. Esper Sentinel. Okay. Lotho, pass. Lotho land. Like, this is what we're doing with Cabal Coffers. Nothing. it's kind of bad in here, but like you have Urborg, so think turnover. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beseech. Oh, this is where a Dark Ritual would actually be really good, but we don't run anything like that, I'm sure. We have Soul Ring. Yeah, like I know you're probably just gonna tutor for Urborg, but it feels bad 4 mana tutor for Urborg, like you're already getting comboed. Okay, maybe we just don't keep this in. Your mana base sucks. This has just been like fucking rotten every game. Vault of the Archangel gone. Add 1. Add 1. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with no Amalia value. Okay. I hate with the sort USD. Run Shadowy Backstreet. It's good in Reanimator. Bedded Heath. Perfect. We just need more fixing. I think I would like to see Felly in this deck. Thank you, Ted. Yeah, we can get rid of Liesa. Alright, let's play test. I think this deck probably would benefit from like a Soul Sister or something. Gain a life, 2 counters here. Good for me. City of Dreams. Ugh. Like, this is with the fixed mana base. Honestly. Knight of the White Orchid. Good for me. I mean, ideally, you just have both everything, Dalon. Loyal Warhound. And then let's add a Guide of Souls in. Guide of Souls is actually pretty fun because it does make things into angels, and then you can sacrifice that to Shilgangar to then do that, which is really funny. How many basics do you think someone needs to run Fabled Passage well? Like 5. It depends how many rampant growths and stuff you have. All right, turn over. Esper Sentinel. Draw 1 card. Next turn. Shadow Spear. Equip. Draw. Draw. Tithe. It's just how much do you trust your curve on it? What? What do you mean not to be mean about it? What good do those do if you can't cast them in the first place? Or what are you talking about exactly? Okay, here's turn 5. Pass. Let's say we drew 1 off the Esper there. Okay, Fabled. Lance. All right, you go pass. Insidious Dreams. Discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. Oh, I see what you mean, Gabriel. We weren't aggressing me. Gisela. I thought you used to be able to look up Brazella in this, and then you would get both. Bruna. Sword MB. Archangel of Thune. Lyra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or maybe just get Avacyn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next turn. So that was on someone's end step, keep in mind. Insidious Dreams is an instant for some fucking reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pulse the Citadel. So you go Bruna first. Bruna cast trigger reanimates Righteous Valkyrie. You get life equal to the creature's toughness when they enter. So you go now 7 life gain after paying 7 life, 3 life gain after paying 4, 5 after 5, 4 after 5, 8 after paying 8. Lae'zel's Acrobatics off the top of our library because we're super lucky. Sting, flicker all of these. You get that much life. Sarah Ascendant, pay 1, get 6. Concealed Courtyard off the top. There's Core Haven. So yeah, end step. Let's meld Brazella. And this was turn 6. You've Brazella melded. You've given it indestructible. You've just fucking exploded the board in a major way. In the Insidious Dreams pile, you might maybe even put Voice of Victory first. In fact, I might actually just add... it's tough, because I am very iffy about the smaller life gain package you have in here. Like, we saw Righteous Valkyrie be very good that game, but my thought is, I like the Thrill Parasite, actually. That one's kind of cute. I'll let you keep that one. Like, that's a synergy I wouldn't have thought about, and now that it's in, I've seen this deck do that. That's kind of funny. But I don't like the Kumbal. I don't like a lot of these smaller life gain triggers. I would much rather us have some beefy life gain triggers that just like explode the board state. So more Guide of Souls style effects would probably be good. So I'm thinking just like Essence, Warden, and then you can combine this with Flickering. Or not Essence Warden, that's the mono green one. Suture Priest, Recruiter of the Guard to stitch these 2 worlds together. Maybe like a Saw in Half. Whenever gain. I think it is just the Soul Sisters that you add here. But I don't know if you add both or just one. You probably just add one. I like the utility that a Suture Priest has more. You can maybe even add that one line that's like whenever an angel enters, you gain 1 life in the mana base. Thalia's Lancers is a little too expensive for this deck. Like, just rely on the Insidious Dreams, tutor it up, and win. I'll cut Dust Bowl. Oh, you know what? That last game, instead of getting the final angel, you just get Armageddon and no one can win the game anymore. Seraph Sanctuary, that is. Very unobtrusive, this land. Okay, now that we're super low, maybe a Timna is on the menu. It's a lot. For me, bracket 4 is just like, we're Armageddoning. And we're comboing very early. And how's your deck beating all this? And the answer is, it wasn't. Kind of just plain and simple. Hang on, I do need to add a Grand Abolisher for you. The simple answer was just kind of, it wasn't beating that before. It wasn't beating Counter Magic. It wasn't beating any sort of fast combo. But now it's a lot more reasonable that you will be answering combos and whatnot. Uh, this would be a really good Mr. Negative deck when he comes out. Because you just go, you do the Bolsa Citadel Insidious streams thing, and then you swap your life total with someone. You can even put a Toxic Deluge before Mr. Negative, set your life total to 8, and then just go, ding, let's trade life totals. You're at 1. Wormshan isn't in, but I put 2, I put a Grand Abolisher and a Voice of Victory. What about Gwenum 2, maybe? Too slow. I don't like Gwenum without, like, reliable haste enabling. I think Gwenum should be running, like, a deck with Arena of Glory Lightning Greaves. But you can't just, like, raw dog a Gwenum into play. No, that's based as hell. Hating green land ramp. The great news about this deck now is that it has explosive lines of play that just go up and be above what opponents can do with lands. And you're still going to be relatively slow in bracket 4 in my mind here. Okay, it's probably Exemplar of Light. I'm sorry. And maybe Mamber. You still have a lot of treasure to enable the Beseech the Mirror sack. What do you think the Joker's effect would be if DC got Universes Beyond? That's a good question. I do like the Joker. He's a funny little guy. Skip Felia. So here, actually, no, getting Sand Scout was better. Because now you go type desert. Sorry, I will answer your Joker question in a moment. Arid Archway, hand, play this as land for turn. Black, Imperial Seal, get land. So here you go. We have 6 mana now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insidious Dreams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get 5 cards. You go Bolus's Citadel. Gisela. Bruna. Avacyn. Righteous Valkyrie. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you get counterspelled and you lose. So, like, that's why it's super important to have all those stupid silence creatures. Their land for turn. Okay, ta-da. That's our turn. Pretty good turn, right? This is my last act. I'm going to get rid of Farewell and add Winds of Abandon. And then I'll go ahead and hand this deck over. I think Winds of Advantage is better. You get to clear the way for Felly and stuff in the early game, and then late game it's a board wipe. Maybe even an Aven Mind Sensor. Just stop tutoring from your opponents. Middle finger, fuck you. Or Oppo's technically better for that. You are in Orzhov, so you get Oppo. Yeah, with Oppo and Winds, that's a combo. Do you R play is Magic? Do you R is play Magic? No, I don't. Sorry to disappoint everyone. Ashen Rider goes. As much as I love Ashen Rider as like a iconic deck. Here's your reanimator deck. I'm sorry, I'm a little hungover still, so it's a lot of talking about this one, but this is a traditional like hate bear strategy. I moved you off a lot of the weaker life gain payoffs and more onto just like a vomit a billion angels into play before nuking the board with Armageddon line, which is really what Bracket 4 wants more than this. Great. All right, now it's your turn, Nick. Step through's very good with Go-Go. Okay, Necro Bloom. This one will be a lot quicker, chat, because I know lands like the back of my hand. All right, Nick. This is a recent brew where only a few games, though the concerns were apparent fairly early given into deck building. The plan is to use Dredge on cycling lands to mill myself and use the graveyard tricks to recycle utility lands and eventually build my token army with the commander ability. The win comes from reviving Craterhoof from the yard or using Glacial Grodmaw to mass pump for haste. The cards that kick this into gear are Head Shredder, Ice Till, Horizon Explorer, and Shifting Woodlands. Astral Slide provides a unique way of locking down boards. I like the cycling angle. That's fun. Yeah, because of unlimited cycling ammo. Plan to make a primer before the review. Okay, great. Nothing over $20 unless it's really unique. Has a really unique application. The deck has issues with returning core pieces that aren't creatures to the board. Splendid Wreck, Head Shredder, Astral Slide, etc. Shifting Woodlands has to do a lot of heavy lifting on other permanents as well. Okay. Okay, I will always okay. 1, Dryad Arbor. Fuck you. No way. Put a loyalty counter. Ugh. I am not a fan of this. So you do have a combo already. I don't like Windgrace's Judgment. You're in black-green. There's so many better ways to remove things for cheaper. Worm Harvest is cute, but your commander already does this. This is something I ran into with Farrakha. I used to run Tormod, Omzu, like a bunch of token makers that made tokens when creature cards leave the graveyard. But the thing is that the snakes from Farrakha were actually just enough. Do you actually play Bracket 4? Yes, I do have a Bracket 4 deck. Okay, let's just focus on the commander and Field of the Dead making tokens. They're going to do it just well enough. Exile, then return to the battlefield transformed. This is fine. Pretty slow, but fine. A very just like poor removal suite, in my opinion. Hello, Miggles. Okay, so with the diversity of types, hang on. So you have Astral Slide. So we should just be running both of these. Graveyard from anywhere. Yeah, make a plant. No. I'm kind of tired. Let's just like not do any of this like bonus things. Like you have so many token generators when you just need none of them. Like Scoot Swarm gets a pass. That card's just broken, but yeah, I'm gonna be adding Balagad. Yeah, Fang with no Vanille is a real choice that I like. There's a lot of bad recursion cards because I couldn't think of too many. Nick, with peace and love in my heart, you are playing fucking Abzan. You couldn't think of any recursion cards? Saying that with peace and love in my heart. Like, Final Parting's fine, don't get me wrong. It might be worth it. Okay. So, I'll get recovery in. I don't even know if you need Craterhoof, honestly. You already have a bunch. You already have a couple land infinites in here. Traverse the Uvenwald in. Malevolent Rumble in. Analyze the Pollen. Like, these are just lands that are also tutor free. I'll cut one land for them. Craterhoof just wins with Dread Return if I need it. No, Nick, you don't understand. Craterhoof is a dead card until you have a board. But the size of the board that this deck makes means that Craterhoof doesn't need to exist in the deck because you just win when you start making your board. From what I see anyway, because you are running Aftermath Analyst combo. You have Analyst and Shifting Woodland and a thing that makes all of your lands enter untapped. I do like a Lively Dirge. Spelunking. Like, I'm going to play a game for you, Nick, and you can tell me when Craterhoof would have been good in it. And I'm going to promise you that it won't come up. Yeah, Will the Salt I should be in. I think you run both, though. You have Lotus Cobra, but you don't have Tireless Provisioner. Nor do you have... Nissa is too expensive. Yeah. Oh, no, Nissa is $18. That's under the 20. I highly recommend adding this card to your deck. It is very good. Let's see if we can actually manipulate it. So, Elf... Let's cut Bramble Familiar. Because we want to cut elves and elementals down to only ones that help us win. Okay, so we've now fully... So we were only getting Lumra and Aftermath Analyst now off of this, which is very good. That Nissa is so cool. Yeah, I agree. Tireless Tracker is probably, yeah, worth it. Big fan of Blessed Respite in this kind of deck as well. Just because you can reshuffle your library into your graveyard. And then Avacyn's Pilgrim. Sure. You can get the Tireless Provisioner with this, so that's fine too, because it is just that broken. All right, here we go. Let's play test this. Like, okay, tell me, chat, when Craterhoof would have been broken here. By the way, this Arcane Signet's a little bit of a war crime, but we were Delirium deck, so it's probably fine. Damn, that sucks. Arbor Elf clears Mystic IMO. Yes, in non-3 color decks. You're just incorrect. There's a lot more nuance once you get to 3 or more colors. So yeah, not entirely correct, chatter. It has a lot higher ceiling, but it is it's nuanced. Nightmare for EDH players, I know. For getting your tokens, no, I don't care. It's like, whatever, we're making a ton of tokens, great. I don't need to track them. All right, we just missed a lot of land drops this game. Yes, I know that Arbor Elf is quite good when you're enchanting your lands. I do that in Farrakha all the time. Yeah, we just kind of bricked here in terms of missing land drops, which is kind of insane for this deck, but okay, here we go. Yay! Or maybe just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oracle, Gonjo. Crack-haired Mesa. Oop. Yep, crack-haired Mesa. Yavimaya, that's broken. So yeah, we're just gonna win this turn, I think. Aftermath Analyst. Or maybe we don't win this turn. Glacial Chasm. Oh wait, no, we've already played 2 lands this turn, right? I don't remember. I guess I'll just pass here. Well, there's Lumra. So, do we have Delirium? Yes. So we go... Wait, we're going to lose Delirium when we Nature's Rhythm, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, okay, we don't. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Shifting woodland. Or not shifting woodland, what am I saying? What? Type creature. Lotus Cobra. No, wait, that doesn't work. Ah, we need more Lotus Cobra-esque effects. Oh no, we have Lively Dirge too. So we need more card draw? Hopefully chat's understanding my struggle here. Because we need a way to make our lands produce mana when they enter. And we also need Shifting Woodland. So it's quite a predicament. Okay, I think a Disciple of Freyles is going to be so good for this deck. Because imagine that turn we play Lumra, we get back the lands, and then we Nature's Rhythm and sack Lumra to the Disciple of Freyles, draw cards equal to the number of lands we control. Yeah, the Tireless Provisioner's already in. Better. Okay, we probably just don't need Swords and Path, honestly. We have Astral Slide, Astral Drift for Interaction Dam. Beast Within. Like, we also just have Glacial Chasm, so we don't care about, like, 80% of creatures. So. Cesar Secundi, yeah. Cesar Secundi is actually a really good recommendation. Good job. Yeah, so Cesar Secundi, you can charge it up right away using a large Lumra or something, and then sack the Lumra to draw that many cards. All right. Dude, you don't run a black-green duel? That's really bad. That's, like, non-negotiable. All fetch lands need to be able to get green. Okay, I'm going to get a forest here, and we're going to pretend it was the forest. This is Overgrown Tomb. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, wait, we could have just sacked Zombie Token that we made this turn. Great. Ding. That works better. Okay, Deadly Relic, something. I was gonna be like, okay, and then dread return it. It's like, that's fine. Okay, this is turn 7. Oh, lands from graveyard. Dink, draw a card, lose a life. Reverse the Uvenwald is not online. That's a bummer. But we do mill a card. Riveteer's Outlook. Enters, mill a card. Sacks itself. Get Swamp. Mills a card. Okay. We're closer to Delirium, but certainly making a wide void here, but not doing a whole lot else. So I think we just ran bad. I think this deck's gonna do fine now. I'd maybe run one more land tutor. Something like a Nylea's Intervention. This is the last edition I'd make. Probably just go down the Buried Alive. All that good? Yeah, so in case you don't know, the combo is Shifting Woodland, Aftermath Analyst. Did you cut some of the cycling lands? No. I like the cycling lands. Because you have Life from the Loam, it's kind of fun. I like the cycling lands, Astral Drift like thing you're doing. You could add Fluctuator. If you wanted to. Cycling abilities cost 2 less to activate, and then you go cycle, pick up Life from the Loam. Kind of interesting. And then you put lands into play directly with Head Shredder. Like, there's a combo there almost. It's non-deterministic, but it does a lot. But maybe Fluctuator isn't worth it. No, I like the angle with the cycling lands and the Astral Drift and stuff. Like, that's fun. In fact, Astral Drift Lumra is a combo, isn't it? Or no, it isn't, because it only happens every turn. That mills your whole deck. No, I don't think so. Fluctuator cycle, because you need to pay 1 and a green to return with Life from the Loam. So unless you find a way to cheat the 1 and a green from Life in the Loam, it's not infinite. All right. Austin. Hello. So Austin kept it very short and sweet with the primer here. Yes, I'll be here. Austin, he, him. Make clues and either win with combat damage or clue value spam. No budget restrictions. Problem, consistency. That's it. It's literally like, I think this is the shortest primer I've ever seen. Okay, I hate propaganda Ghostly Prison. It's just so bad. Karmic Justice is also up there. It's just like, I don't know if I like that so much. Unless you're Fellying this, I don't know if I like it. I like the Archway of Innovation, and I'm wondering if there's like an angle here we can do with Improvise that's just like disgusting with like something like an Emrakul. I don't mind Concise. I don't mind Wordy. They're both fine. Whenever you attack, Investigate. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. All right, so here we go. Creature spells as though they had Flash. Leave the battlefield, Investigate. That's pretty good. So Erdwall Illuminator needs to be in. Illuminator. We're about the fucking art tags, man. There's a lantern in that goddamn art. Hmm. Okay. I test this against my friend's Emery deck. That's hilarious. That's why I put those in. What, Ghostly Prison or like what does Emery have to do with Ghostly Prison? Like Emery does not care. Yeah, it hasn't worked yet. That's a good one. Universal Surveillance is blue, blue, blue. Draw a card for each artifact you control, which is incredibly broken in this deck. I would like to see Eerie Interlude. Exile your entire board, bring your entire board back. Honestly, maybe even Yorion's pretty good here. Yorion turns all single target flicker effects into entire board flicker effects. And then you go Soul Herder, which is just good with the commander, but it's also just good with a lot of other things. And then you get to run Recruiter of the Guard. And maybe even Felia is probably worthwhile. And then you cut Shimmer Dragon's kind of mid, but we'll see. I don't know like if I like Tezzeret. Alright, let's play test. I've played with that Tezzeret quite a bit too. I just don't know if I like it that much. Alright. I hate the Reliquary Tower, don't run this. Ash Barrens. Oh my goodness, who subbed? Any second it will load. Otto von Bird, thank you. Otto von Bird. Like, okay, we just didn't draw well here, but pass. Draw 2 cards. Ugh. I did not like Kaito there. Muddle the mixture. Um Teleria West to get Archwave Innovation. If you want to get mean, you can put Eldrazi in this deck and then convoke them out using clues and Archwave Innovation. That would be gross. I think you actually play Lavinia here. No. It's Academy Manufacturer. Investigate X times, huh? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Investigate 4 times. One, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Maybe just 1, 2, 3. Play Lavinia. Pass. You're holding up Joven's veto. They pass. I think I would like to see a Omen Hawker. Yes, I can. Hi, Dr. Peebus back. I don't know if I like Merchant of Truth. Oh, no, I do. It gives clues exalted. I forgot about that part. That part's really good. Yeah. If you want to run Approach to the Second Sun, you should have Narset's Reversal and Reprieve. Because you can just bounce it back to your own hand and then cast again to win. Mondrak's okay. I don't know if like I'd call it a perfect ad or anything, but there's Disorder in the court. Fishious Interrogation. Archaeomancer is probably worthwhile here. With all the flickering and stuff. This is fine. Okay, Blind Obedience is okay. Honestly, there's not a single game where it's like, I want a ramp. Especially with a 3-mana commander. Needless to say, best draw there was like a counterspell, but Urza. Here's Yoron doing its thing. Pass. Okay, I don't think I like all that glitter. The dead counters on it. The man comes around. I do like hard evidence, but mostly in cube. In each sip and in each sup. Meridian matters. Thank you. To the potter's ground. When the man comes around. Gosh, what a good song. Oh, I kind of like this. It's a detective. We have a decent number of historic spells, too. Dusk X Hatred. Thank you for giving a gifted sub to Raglord. And Tiamat Shade. Thanks for the sub as well. All right. Okay, Novice Inspector. Investigate. God, Piper's good. Alquist Proft. Or maybe it's Lavinia this turn. Yeah, it's probably Lavinia. Alquist Proft. Pass. Sack this. Piper counter. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yorian. Flicker this. Flicker this. Comes back. Comes back. Thank you for the bits. Is Elysium Games closed forever? No. Well, yes, it is. That's closed forever. I've been playing at Enchanted Grounds. I don't know. There's a few stores that are pretty good in the area. Honestly, sometimes I just play with my friends at their place. Nice. Archaeomancer is a very good draw there. Vicious Interrogation. Make like 3 clues, we'll say. Draw a card. Land. Pass. Crack 2 clues. Draw 2 cards. One, 2, 3, 4. Archaeomancer. Now you have a loop. Pass. 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. Eerie Interlude. Oh, counter your counter spell. Flicker Yorian, Lavinia, not Piper. Flicker these cards. Exile any number of target creatures you control. They come back. Alquist Proft, Novice Inspector, Eerie Interlude back to hand from Archaeomancer. And then Yorian trigger. get Archaeomancer, Novice Inspector, and Alquist Proft gone until next end step. Next end step, these come back. You get 2 more clues, and also the Muddle the Mixture back, or the Officious Interrogation, whichever one you want. Probably, actually, Officious Interrogation's better. I generally enjoy playing 4 the most. So yeah, this is like stupid amounts of control that you have going on now with the Archaeomancer Eerie Interlude loop. Way of Innovation. This is where something like an Emrakul would be broken, right? You just go dink dink Emrakul you. Universal Surveillance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Draw 6 cards. So Emrakul could be fun. Honestly, both of them. Like, you get a board wipe Emrakul, bare minimum. Time Wipe also loops with Archaeomancer, so I won't cut that one. I'll cut the Farewell. Yeah, Parting Gust could be pretty cool. I think that's better than Fateful Absence. I know Fateful Absence says Investigate on it, but Parting Gust is a permanent exile, or you get to flicker something. I think this Emrakul is fun in this deck. You're never planning on madnessing it, but you're Archway of Innovationing it out. And it's super easy to get Archway of Innovation because of Teleri West. Honestly, you can probably cut a Plains and add a Weathered Wayfarer to help in your quest to get the land you need. All right, I'll drop this on your head. Urza's Cave 2? Sure, that's probably worthwhile. Just like make it as consistent as possible. All right, next up is Kaiju. Oof. Oh, nice. Severus Master Chef. I'll be present. Kaiju or Chameleon. I go by he, him. The deck's game plan revolves around using Death Touch creatures and Finn to apply poison with Graveyard Recursion sub-plan. I've played a few games on MTGO. My only request is you try to keep the cards that do not have snakes on the art some way to a minimum. This is a snake-themed deck. I'd say 20 to 25 cards, not including the lands, would be the number I'm fine with. The main problem is it feels too salty for bracket 1 or 2, but weak compared to bracket 3. I'm looking for advice to buff it up for bracket 3 tables. I'm not sold on the commander and have considered switching with Sidisi Brood Tyrant to get the Simic Snake counterspells. That's probably what you want to do for bracket 3. I'm not going to build that for you on stream. That's just way too much work to be just like changing the commander and building a new deck basically from scratch. So I'll talk a little bit about this deck, maybe where it's failing. The website has duplicated it twice, lol. All right. So, I do kind of just want to look through the snakes you're already running. Ugh. I think you just want fight spells, right? I don't like Archetype of Finality. Okay, Trample's good with Death Touch and also fights, and there's a snake in the art. There's a snake in this art, and it's a fight spell. Hands and knees begging you to look away for a second as I add a bushwhack to your deck. What does bushwhack do? It's a fight spell, but it's actually a land. And in fact, actually, we probably shouldn't cut a land for it. Bushwhack, reverse the Uvenwald, and Winding Way's already in. Very good. Winding Way has a snake on it. Analyze. So your commander already mills. So getting Delirium is going to be super easy for you. Must be blocked if able. That's cool. 2 1/1 snake creature tokens into play. Yes, that's fine. I don't like Gift of the Viper. Although it is cool that it untaps. Yeah, it's a little too expensive for protection. I think the deck needs a stronger recursion theme for that because the snakes are so wimpy. I think you're just wrong. You should always be running these. These are lands. And then you get Shishiro. Like, I don't know. It's just Acolyte of Affliction. Okay, Bazooka Bagyu. Forest. Naga Vitalist. Master Chef. Severus. Think. Finn the Fangbearer. Blex. Death Touch fights your creature. Poisonous 3. I did not like Snake Cold Initiation, although it's flavorful. Snail, snake. Beast Whisperer has a snake in the art? Oh, yeah. We're cooking, chat. Look at that! He's right there! Get fucked! God's smallest corn snake is on that art, and that means it's applicable. I can't believe I missed that. Art Snake carries. I do like Casualties of War, but not that much. Caustic Bronco! Snake Horse, the Snorse! See your face. Dude, I fucking love Femtanol, man. I used to not be a Femtanol believer, but then I don't know. She has a lot of really good music. Deadly Dispute alt art? Yum. Any way to recommend songs? No. Besides typing them in chat, I suppose. Creatures you control. Whenever this creature deals, draw a card. Yeah, that's pretty good. Driven to Despair. Enduring Tenacity sucks in your deck. But imagine if it was good. I think Fang of Shigeki is probably worth it. God, there's so many snakes. Kaga has a snake. Lotus Cobra is pretty good. It's in the name. Pact of the Serpent is funny. Okay. Yes, Nagas are snakes now. They got eroded. All right, let's cut all of your bad cards now. That's fine. Any card that's just not worth a card, I'm going to be cutting here. I mean, that isn't like a snake itself, so that's me a little iffy. Put Takanuma in here. And one Balaget recovery. And maybe it's just Deadly Allure, sadly. All right, let's play test this out. Here's Cabal Coffers being awesome as per usual. Like, how are you playing that before having Land Tutors in your deck? Like, we literally added a couple, but I don't think that's it. So you actually had 34 lands. Oh my god. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Sashi needs to go. Sosuke. Fucking Shigeki isn't in your deck? Oh my god. Sorry, that offended me. Laced Prowler isn't the worst. Orochi Soul Reaver, that's pretty good. I like combat damage triggers in the Death Touch deck. Okay, this is a keepable hand, and it's literally off of Analyze the Pollen, and that's a true statement. Or maybe you get Ankle Biter out first. And then you go Analyze for a Swamp. What a fun game of Magic I'm playing right now. Dude, like, I don't know. You need to run more lands. Like, I'm trying to, like, keep it pretty spell heavy, but, like, you just can't do this. Revitalizing your past. Why no fetch lands? Because I don't want to rework the entire mana base on stream. Revitalizing your past is a MDFC. Like, if I felt like fetch lands would be, like, meaningfully increase the synergy and fun of this deck, I would add it. It's probably going to be Cryptolith Ray, which hurts to do, but... Oh no, Bastion of Remembrance is way worse. Beastmaster Ascension. We could also just keep Urborg. It's a better swamp. Yeah, Urborg can go back in. And then, Overwhelming Stampede, maybe? Or Kodama of the West Tree. And think about it, Kodama of the West Tree is a little bit snake adjacent because he's on Kamigawa. That's it. So Kodama here gives all your modified creatures trample. All of your creatures are modified because of Master Chef. They all have Death Touch, right? That's the thinking, the thought process. Breacher. Nice. Snake. Sivir. Stink Dink. Light Spell. One, two, three. 1, 2. Goldwinder. 1, 2. Get back. Winding Way. Yep. That's about right. Preacher. Dude, are you shitting me? Oh no. That's unreal. Dark Moss Bridge. Tree of Tales, Vault of Whispers. Why are you doing this, streamer? Answer. Delirium. The amount of games where your land gets blown up to artifact removal versus the times where it gives you delirium is... It's totally worth it. I think you should maybe just have a Thunderfoot Baloth. It's a big creature you can tutor for. It gives all your snakes trample, and it's really hard to take you off of your commander because you have an enchantment and a creature commander. Because as long as you control your commander, these are both your commander. Maybe it's Sosuke summons. I think a Skull Clamp would also go like a long way. Because you are sacrificing stuff all the time. I'm not going to cut Vraska. It's too funny. Evolutionary Leap's also just like, okay. You could easily put Skull Clamp in like every single deck, LMAO. I don't think that's a true statement, but you can certainly say that. It is legal to lie on the internet, so... Maybe you just take out Pact of the Serpent again. Ophelia, Viper Whisperer. Combat. Honestly, Ophelia might be a better commander for your snake deck, if I'm going to be entirely honest. We did review one in the past. I don't know if we have the VOD for it anymore, though. Tap in a reasonable way to play Ankle Biter as well this turn. Analyze the pollen, view library, forest. 1, 2, 3, Master Chef. It would involve some amount of reworking, but it's something you should consider for future, I think. Because Ophelia gives you a very tangible way to win the game, which is something I actually kind of value. Sivris was just for the colors. Ophelia also gives you the colors. She has a black-green hybrid in her text box. It would involve cutting like a Winding Constrictor, in my opinion. You probably would not be on Fang anymore. Oh, I'm going to add a Thirsting Roots as well. Thirsting Roots just says proliferate or search your library for a land. Both of which are good modes on a 1-mana instant. Or sorcery, rather. Okay, this deck's good to go, in my opinion. So yeah, no. I recommend trying to try out Ophelia in the command zone. You're probably going to have to go down a lot of your counter synergy. But Ophelia makes for a very good Snakes commander. All right, last up, Templar. I feel like Skull Clamp's never going to be the worst card in a deck. It's always drawing cards. You're just wrong. Is Skull Clamp good in this deck? Like, it's not dead. I do some, like, loops with Cormella. Like, Skull Clamp's ceiling is incredibly high if the deck supports it. The deck needs to support it, though. It's highly synergistic, but it will draw you a fuckload. Yeah, it would draw you cards when you loop Cormella, but if I'm looping Cormella, like, understand what you're saying. If I'm looping Cormella, I'm, like, already super far ahead in that game. I'm drawing an extra card every time I loop Cormella. I'm already drawing card, like, either with Saw in Half or the other one. Like it already makes me go card advantage mode. And for it to be dead when I'm not looping Cormella, because keep in mind, I don't loop Cormella every game, where I just draw Skull Clamp and I'm like, well, this could have been a draw spell that actually drew me cards as opposed to only being synergistic when I'm already in a winning position. Like, no, it's not that good in Cormella. It does have some amount of synergy, but it's not perfect. Anyway, create a blink value engine, then use it to win with Happily Ever After. I see. Okay, so the joke here is that you're not trying to win. Oh wait, you are trying to win because you do have 5 color cards, I imagine, in here, right? Are you trying to actually win with the trigger of Happily Ever After, or is Happily Ever After in here to like gain everyone 5 life and draw a card, and then you abuse that effect? Sarpadian Empires makes any color token. So you flicker the Sarpadian Empires a ton. I see. This is 2 mana mind control, basically, right? Or makes a token. I mean, the best way to build this sort of deck, I'm going to look at makes a 1/1 bat. Merit Leisha. Fielded that it makes a black token too. Not bad. Yeah, but that's a lot of money, and we're on a budget, so. Whenever you cast a spell other than your first spell during that turn, okay. Black and blue token. Yeah, we're gonna look through all the tokens, don't worry. Black bat creature token with flying. We'll probably go with Sanguine Evangelist, I think. O red, O token. O enters. Create a red mercenary. Whenever you attack this turn, sacrifice, but at the end of next end step. Bummer. How many enchantments are we running? 12. Makes a red gremlin. I like this. It's an O-ring that makes a red creature. Sand Scout. Yes, please. It also makes a red and green token. Lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere. That's really good, isn't it? Holy shit. That's insane, right? You're... Oh, how many lands were you fucking running, by the way? No. Oh, I see, I see. You loop this, you loop this. All right, let's make some cuts. Yeah, eternalized cards. Yeah, you're right. I just don't know how many good eternalized cards there are. I mean, I guess you can run the Champ of Wits is probably good enough, and then Timeless Dragon was the one I was thinking of. Okay. So, no. Okay, I guess it flickers. No, this is the worst one. Like, you already have Resto, Felidar. Soul Herder should probably be in this deck. Already have Recruiter good. Plagin's insane. Felia probably should be in here. Just because Felia can flicker enchantments, which is pretty valuable if your commander ever gets put on lockdown, gay baby jailed. I don't know if I like the face down creature thing. Please tell me why this is in the deck. Like, I don't know if I believe in that package of face down cards. Like, honestly, if you wanted to do that, I think just they came in the pipes. You face down things and then Yorion cheats them for free. Okay, but like Cryptic Coat does that really good. Yeah, pipes. Yeah, they came in the pipes can go back in, but we need to make room for lands. Elk, you back from Vegas. Dude, I was in Vegas like more than a month ago. What do you mean back from Vegas? Oh, you mean from, okay. You mean my dad's wedding, which was 2 weeks ago. Still quite a distance away. Okay, I can appreciate the Rolling Dragon Storm, but it's like Omen of the Sea. Let's get rid of these. They're as valuable as like any other flicker object. Angel's Serenity is probably too slow. Wandering Emperor. Whenever you cast a spell that's exactly too... I guess. Yeah, no, this is just too cute, I think. Does that mean you're free? What do you mean you're free? Huh? Anyway, let's get more lands in here. Slundi Vision would be probably like pretty fine. Or is chance? Oh wait, no, we need to add deserts for Sand Scout, of course. Arid Archway. Lazotep Quarry makes a black creature token. Chefet Dunes. Type Desert. Oh, Mill. Ipnu Riverlet. And then cut Reliquary Tower for... Oh, fuck. What's the name of the exile? Scav Grounds. And then Lonely Arroyo went up. Oops, it's plane cycling. Hmm. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Treachery or creature. Ooh, yummy. I do like that gameplay object. So maybe I want to draw it. And I tap in a way that isn't stupid. Go Enlightened Tutor, where this comes back. And get a Happily Ever After. And then you draw this because this comes back, and so does Yorion. Yorion exiles Resto. Resto comes back, flickers. Or, well, you're flickering a lot here. I mean, this is just feeling kind of gross. I'll drop this on you. You just needed more lands, honestly. And then there's also more avenues now to get cards of certain colors that may have been unable to be gotten in the past. So Sand Scout's also super good. Gross in what sense? Gross in the sense of like we're touching a lot of cardboard and we're like putting a lot of triggers on the stack, which is really what Flicker players all want to do anyway. I love that this is a red, white, and green sand creature. Like, the fact that this just gives you red and green super easily is insane. Okay. All right, YouTube. That'll do it for us. Get your deck review in the video description. Thank you for stopping by.